Hey friends, welcome back to Smolty and Friends. I was talking with an acquaintance recently, and in the middle of the conversation, he shared something that stopped me in my tracks. He said he's been listening to the podcast for a while, and near the end of a particular episode, I mentioned that if you ever want to talk or share your story, to email me at smoltyandfriends@gmail.com. So he proceeded to tell me that the next time he saw me, he was going to share something with me. I'm going to call him Sam. Sam said, if it wasn't for my friend Jamie, his friend, I don't know I'd still be here. And to be clear, Sam wasn't being dramatic. He was sharing his heart with me. He told me that if his colleague Jamie hadn't stayed with him and taken him to the hospital that day, he wouldn't be talking to me today. What started as occasional drinking became a daily habit. What became multiple times a day habit turned into alcoholism. And what turned into alcoholism was slowly taking his life. Not all at once, but steadily. There's a lot more to the story, but Sam credits Jamie for saving his life and by stepping in. To this day, their bond is inseparable, because in that moment, it changed both of their lives. That friend Jamie refused to let his friend Sam disappear into his addiction. I'm excited to announce that today, Sam has been sober for 3 years and is still on the earth blessing others. He told me something I won't forget. Every day is a challenge, and every day is a celebration. I want to say that again. It's so powerful. Every day is a challenge, and every day is a celebration. He also said every sober day is another day of life, because he knows his time was limited if he had stayed on the path he was on. And now he spends his time helping others fight the very battle that almost took him and took his life. Think about it. The very thing alcohol, or as he says, my alcohol addiction almost ended his life, is now the very place he brings hope and life to others. That's not only redemption, but a blessing. That's the ripple effect of one person caring enough to step in. You know, we talk a lot about value and seeing people as valuable, but here's where it gets real. Sometimes seeing someone's value means seeing it when they can't see it themselves. Let me say that one more time. Sometimes seeing someone's value means seeing it when they can't see it themselves. Addiction has a way of shrinking a person's world and numbing their pain. While they are numbing their pain, they are causing pain to the people around them because it's so difficult for them to see how their choices are shortening their life and happiness. And sometimes the most powerful words someone can hear is, you are more than this. You can do better. You matter so much more that I don't want to lose you. That's what Jamie told Sam. He didn't excuse the behavior or the damage he was causing internally and externally, but he separated the person from the addiction. You know, Jamie saw the image of his friend Sam beneath the struggle, and that perspective saved his life. Let that sink in for a moment. We often underestimate the role we play in someone else's story. We think it's not my place. It's not my business. They won't listen. They're going to get mad, and they'll go deeper into their alcoholism or addiction. But what if your voice is the one thing they would hear? What if your presence is the interruption they need? Now let's be clear. You can't rescue everyone. You also can't carry someone else's sobriety. And you shouldn't sacrifice your own family or your health trying to be someone's savior. But the one thing you can do is show up. You can ask the hard questions. You can say, I'm concerned. You can offer support. You can walk with someone towards assistance or even help. And sometimes that's enough to spark the turnaround. What I love most of this story is this. He didn't just get sober. He became a lifeline for others. He turned pain into purpose. He turned recovery into an act of service. And now there are families, kids, spouses, parents, grandparents who still have their loved ones because he chose sobriety and because Jamie chose to help Sam to identify his addiction. That's powerful. That is the power of a friendship. That's the power of not giving up on someone. If you're listening today and you're in the fight, whether it's alcohol, another addiction, or something else entirely different, hear this please. You can take the first step and reach out to somebody. This is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. And guess what? They'll be glad you did because it will be an answered prayer for them. If you think others don't know what you're doing to yourself, well, let me tell you, they do. You are not fooling anyone but yourself. I want you to know there are people who will fight for you if you let them in. And if you deny them, then you're shortening your life. Sam told me that sometimes love looks like stepping closer instead of stepping away. He is glad Jamie kept on taking steps forward. He actually saved his life. In closing, sometimes one conversation can become someone's turning point or even their lifeline. Until next time, my friends, speak the truth in love. You never know whose life you might change, and never underestimate the power of showing up.